Warif, we're up, we're up.
It's another football show, Niger football show, and with me to discuss Bafana this evening is Mustafa Jinodu, Warifa Marcos, Mr. Johnny, and Kule Williams. You guys are welcome to another football show.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so welcome. So today we're going to talk about comparing Nigeria to South Africa. I know Nigeria beat South Africa in the last Nations Cup, but we did it purely off of talent. And now we're seeing the problems of not having a systematic team that doesn't play as one. Unlike South Africa, which plays as one. They've had the same coach. I forgot his name. Is it Bruce or something? He's been
Hugo
there for some
Bruce,
time.
Hugo Bruce.
Bruce, I came close. My memory's getting a little bit better. It's almost perfect. And they have a system of play where it's one unit, where Nigeria has talented individuals, and they were able to squeak by South Africa and the African Nations Cup, but then they got blown out by Cote d'Ivoire. So right now, South Africa's winning or coming first in the World Cup qualifier group. And what we're going to explore today is why is Nigeria that has the best talent in the world, some of the best players in the world, definitely some of the best in Africa. Why are we struggling to qualify? Why aren't we doing well internationally? And what can we learn from South Africa, from their domestic league, their culture of football, their consistency of managing, and also the fact that they have tactics. So I'm going to start with you, Kunle. What are your thoughts?
Yes, well, you have to look at the grassroots football in South Africa. What they have is they have a league, and the league engenders an imagination, and the fans want to follow teams. Now,
Yeah.
I'm from Lagos. Which team am I supposed to support? Stationary stores. You should be seeing flashes of stationary stores all over Lagos. If I want to buy a stationary store shirt, which they can use to generate money, it should be easily available for me to buy. Their football stars should be doing small promos so that they can
Yeah.
be visible. There are things that you do when you run a sport with passion that will build the interest. I remember I did it with rugby for a while. I left rugby. Even Mustafa and I used to do it with table soccer and Biro game in
Oh, yeah, we used
secondary
to have World Cup. Baga,
yeah,
Fiba.
we it up. We created a love and a passion for it. You know, people identified with things. In Nigerian football, there is no such thing. Where can you buy stationary stores football shirts? Can you just buy it in a sports shop or in the, is it easy to find? Do we know
Yeah,
the player?
but at the market, you can buy Oxford protractor. Oxford.
You can buy us.
Oxford. Not
You know,
Oxford. Remember Oxford.
we have a lot to. It's not a question of learning. We don't have the will. So yes, without that structure in place, we don't have a baby. Our clubs, our football, our local football has no passion. It has maybe the players that play and the coaches that coach have a passion, and the fans have a passion for football, but they don't have a passion for Nigerian local league football. I'm sorry, I don't know anybody that's crazy about local league football that knows all the players and all the names. Those kind of people are very few and between.
Yeah.
There are so many factors why one will not be crazy about Nigerian league.
And
So many
why
factors.
South Africa
There's
doing
no
well
passion. There's
in
no
all
passion
three sports.
development. There's no love in the
Rugby.
sport.
And you
It's
see that
all
with
about
South Africa,
proper
rugby,
marketing.
cricket, world champions in rugby twice in a row. Some of the best in cricket, and they're one of the best in African football. And they all have names. They have branding. You have what is it? The Springboks for rugby, Bafana for football, and I forgot what the Protea for cricket. And they take their sports seriously. They buy. You see, whenever you go around the world, you see people wearing their jerseys and their hats, and people from their own country.
Yeah.
We used to see that in 1994. People were wearing Eagles shirt all over the world. Remember that? Worry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the most financially successful team in the Premier League is Tottenham, and they've won nothing. But they've been successful
They're making
financially.
the profit.
They have good marketing.
That's
when they score their goals.
in Nigerian football. We're not
I'll give you an
interested.
example. When you say Hotspurs, first thing that comes to my mind is Klinsmann, then Kane. So I can even associate some of the great players they've had. Harry Kane. Remember Klinsmann when he scored?
Jurgen Klinsmann.
Modric.
Huh?
Luka Modric.
Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale.
Even Song. So they've had great players. So what we're saying is that with this, once you get this merchandising, you'll start making money, and also fans will rally, and fans will not be happy when the team isn't winning. But there's a sense of this. We're complacent now. We don't even care that Nigeria's losing anymore, and it's not our fault because there's no energy in it. No, there's no money being pumped in it. There's no promotion of it. The domestic league is rubbish. Is domestic league even prop? Do they still compete in the African Cup of Nations? I mean, the African Club Cup.
They don't get to anywhere.
No, they don't even.
Confederation Cup.
We used to do that before when we beat Zamalek, or Zamalek beat us back in the 90s.
Yeah,
We used to make it to, but so it seems like South Africa has a better culture for sports in general, and they take it seriously, like nationally. We have that in us, but we've lost it now because we've gotten used to, all of our players are playing for other countries. Even Osimhen, even if you like Osimhen, he has a bad attitude. He got he got kicked off the team. So there's a lot of problems. What do you think, Warif?
Well, like what Mr. Kunle said, let me start from some of the challenges we're having in our local league. Number one, there's no passion for grassroots football. And also, there is nothing like, if you watch in Nigeria, most of the football teams, they are run by government. If private firms, they are the one running this team, they'll know how to create the awareness, the jerseys, the television adverts. In short, and there are so many factors. You have to bring in good sponsors. You have to bring in good media coverage. You have to create awareness, security. When people go to the stadium to watch, hope no area boy will come and collect my phone or come and stab me to do one thing. And also, officiating of the matches. Like I always tell people, it's only in Nigerian league that you see an official giving a player red card. As you giving the player a red card, the official is running. Because if he does not run, he knows what will follow him. He's giving a player a red card and he's running away for his dear life. But in English, you see, they call the person you're talking, they tell you keep quiet. If you continue talking, they give you a yellow card. And you continue talking, they give you a red card. So that's one of the Nigerian league has a longer way to go. Like in South Africa, how many South Africa players do we have in EPL right now? I can't remember of anyone apart from what's his name?
In fact, the last one I can ever remember was Pina, about 6 years ago or 5 years ago. Remember?
They played for Everton, and there's this other guy again. I've forgotten the name now. Those two guys and one other keeper. But you see, their league is doing well. You see the crowd. Even not the other day I was watching. Is it CAF Confederation League? Al Ahly and one other club. Look at the crowd, the passion. Al Ahly, they wore red. The whole stadium was filled with red, filled up to the brim. So Nigerian league, when you don't have this passion, even people that wants to come and play for the country, no proper welfare, they just do anything. Okay, let's assume that you don't want to be the professionals. You want to play age-grade football. Even of recent, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? South Africa won on Nigeria under 20 to qualify for the finals of the under 20 Nations Cup or so.
Wow.
So you see, those things is from their league, age-grade football. But in Nigeria, we don't have all those things. Even if you want to play age-grade football under 20, under 18, you see people that are 30 years, 25 years, 35 years coming to play under 20. Before you know it, they'll fiddle out. So there's no sincerity, no marketing, no media coverage. There are so many factors. And government should remove their hand from sports in Nigeria. If government can remove their hand, Nigerian league and Nigerian sport will go to the next level.
Very true. Government used to be a good thing in sport, but for the wrong reasons. Because in the days of Babangida was very careful to make sure that NFA and football was run well. But that was because it was a culture of sports washing. He was using it to advertise Nigeria for his own personal gain. And the government nowadays has no interest in you. They have no use for it because there's no dictator that wants to use football to give himself
making money somewhere else more. That's why.
So they simply left its own devices. And
everything is politics. They bring in politics.
Yes, it's basically Nigerian Football Federation, as far as I'm concerned, basically it's basically the child of Nigerian government. Both are run equally badly, and we see what comes out of something that's run badly is failure, debt, poverty, or in a case of Nigerian football, failure. In the case of the country, poverty. That's what happens when you have bad leadership. You don't do well. You don't do well. It's very simple.
Very soon, we're going to go into tactics, but what are your thoughts on Mr. Johnny in general about what we said so far?
Well, Nigerian football, let me just tell you my own way of thinking there. The reason why Nigerian football is not prospering is because, one, NEPA takes light and mosquito will bite you.
Even in the stadium, they like to go off.
While you're training, you like to go off. If you are, see, we have a guest here.
Oh, that's right. Let us sit down.
Special get appearance.
Little queen.
So,
How about your language?
oh, don't worry. This is a Nigerian family show. Welcome to Lipton tea lovers. You mean Lipton yellow tea lovers, son?
Yeah, that's Mustafa. That's Afolabi.
Mr. Fabi. So, Mr.
That's
Fabi,
Warif. That's
what I've
Daddy.
noticed is that, like Spain or like La Masia, South Africa has their league in which the players know each other and they have tactics and they play in unified. They scan, so they work as one unit. It's not about one player. It seems like Nigeria is just a bunch of superstars who say, "Oh yeah, let's play together," and there's no coordination, no tactics. What do you think, Afolabi?
Yes, I quite agree with you because South Africa has always drawn their players from the same pool of teams, Kaizer Chiefs, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Super Sports United. So there's that cohesiveness and combination play. Whatever coach comes in, he already has a pool from those three teams. So they already have understanding at club level. And if you look at, you guys have hit the right notes, merchandising and branding. In South Africa, the private sector wants to invest in clubs because they are well run and they know how much money they will make from those clubs. So what happens is that they develop the stadium facilities so that South Africans can come and watch. You and I can't go to a Nigerian football stadium to watch a match. They are not safe. The football pitches are not good enough. And if Nigerians are not watching Nigerian teams, how would foreigners come and watch or even scout our players? So the problem is the whole system is rotten from top to bottom. We need to get our acts together, make the Football League more autonomous, get private sector investment, and bring in experts that can help at least develop, like you said, La Masia. Look at the way Barcelona continues to churn out talent, unlike Real Madrid that goes to shop for ready-made stars. Look at the model that Barcelona has. They have a pool of young players that, are going to peak in 4 or 5 years' time. So they don't even have to worry. They just buy one or two, star-studded, and then add to the team. But Real Madrid keeps going into the market to fork out millions of money to bring in established stars. And at the end of the day, they don't realize what they actually want to realize. So basically, in South Africa, it's better organized, private sector investment is involved, and then TV and media is publicizing.
And they have a style of play, whether you like it or not. Shibobo, they use the long ball.
Diski Shibobo.
Yeah, Shibobo, isn't that what they call nutmeg when they put the window?
Oh, yeah. And also, they don't have a
that's what they call Shibobo.
Yeah, they don't have a pure number 9. They play more by passing, long ball, and counter attack. So that's the style. Whereas with Nigeria, we don't even have a defined style. We don't build up our play with our midfielders or anything. So we have a long way to go.
In Nigeria, we don't even, it's based on, sadly, based on who can pay the money as in who can pay money to play. They actually have to pay money to play. They don't pay you to play. You pay to play.
Pay to play.
Can you imagine that? Then how can you get talent? How can you get raw talent? How can you get, I remember what's his name, Stephen Keshi, the one where he won the Africa Cup.
Yeah.
That was the last time I remember the Nigerian team being a team that could actually take on.
Finidi.
He went out to search for the talents, from what I heard.
You mean Stephen Keshi, when Keshi was the coach? Oh yeah,
yes,
yeah.
So and that was the last. I think that was like 7 years ago or 10 years ago. I can't remember, but that was the last time I remember Nigeria looking like a team.
Yeah.
But, from
since then.
Since then, I have a coach that has never played European football, coaching a squad of European footballers who don't have respect for him. You're not going to be able to, even if he was a good coach, which I very much doubt, he's not going to be able to play his own brand of football. He's just going to have to do as he's told.
Yeah.
And that's no coach. You don't have a coach.
Our players aren't technically trained. And the problem is because they're not linked to leagues that are very good. Like now when you have, what's his name? The coach for South Africa, what's his name again?
Hugo Bruce.
Yeah, he's well trained he's from Belgium. He's well trained in that system of football.
He's Belgian.
He's well trained in that system of football, and he knows it inside out. And he's interfaced with their learning. So we haven't even developed that type of system. So at this point, we may need to have a foreign coach, but we need to keep them there for a long time. Like how when we had Bromford Joe or when we had
even if we get a foreign coach, just make good foreign coach, a good one.
Yeah. And also
also old retired footballers. Football players, they're a funny thing. some people who are football fans who can't play football could be technically have more ability than some of the best coaches in the world.
Yeah.
But players follow leaders, even if they're not the best coaches. If they can inspire them, that makes a big difference. So if you have not coached big teams, but you're a big player, that's good enough to help. But if you're a player that was a small player coaching small teams, wants to now coach players that that earn 20 times more than you do in a year, they're not going to respect you, and it's not going to work. And then when you have the quality coaches that came to Nigeria, one ran away. The last one last year ran away when he was told by some politician that remained nameless that if he doesn't give him 10% of his salary, he's going to wreck him. So as soon as
he's going to coach. They said he's going to coach before they even asked him to sign the contract.
Yeah. So
I think the ideal scenario would be to bring in a very good foreign coach and then to use an ex-player
quality coach
so that it can be a role model, a positive role model for the players like
and they need to try and expose this corruption that's frustrating the development of, even if you can't frustrate grassroots football, at least within the squad of Nigerian football, at least that, even if we can't do everything else, we need to clean that one out. If you clean that one out from the top, then hopefully everything below it will prosper.
Because all of this requires money, a lot of money. And if you have corruption, the money is not going to be used properly.
Yeah, the money will just be wasted.
All right. So it's been good so far. It's Friday. All of us are getting ready for Gouda. So we'll go around one more time. What do you think?
Thank God it's Friday.
Yeah.
Well, the major thing is this. Number one, government should remove their hand from football in Nigeria. Let's maybe a private firm and the private organization, whatever, run football. Because right now, everything in Nigeria is political, politics. And also, they should look for good quality coach. And also, they should learn how to groom our young stars. Right now, in the Super Eagles, if you are not, how do you see us using home-based players? Everybody is professional. I remember then in Lagos, where they used to play Principal's Cup. You see young, raw talent. You can get this young talent and use them for English football, and they graduate into playing the Super Eagles. And also see how our league can also be well refined and defined. But for now, our league is still trying to get his feet.
I mean, you look at Jamal, he's 17 years old, already the best in the world.
17.
So these other countries are developing these guys young. Kubasi, the central defender, that guy is 17 also. And he's one of the best central defenders in the world. What would these guys be doing when they're 20? And we have the same level of talent here. Or look at that guy Williams from Ghana who now went to Spain. See how when they go to other countries, they do well. So, so we have a lot of challenges to overcome. What are your last thoughts on Mr. Johnny?
Well, I just thought of something right now. I think football, if we want to improve football, we need to make it even more politicized. You know, let a party and support a particular team, and then that people would support that party because of that team, and then in
Nigeria, vote does not count. It's by selection.
With that
selection.
But if when you mix it up with Bet Niger and politics and so on, they'll follow.
By the way, you guys, every week
we're assassinations up and down.
You guys, every week we're going to do. Oh yeah, I can see it already. I hate to say it. Victor Osimhen, he won't be assassinated, but Victor Osimhen's legs were broken by thugs last night.
Political talk in a relation with so and so party.
Nigerian players will stop coming to Nigeria. They'll say if we do qualify, we can't do it illegals.
Politics would
send his boys to us.
Through politics, they would improve stadiums. They would call people to come and sit down and watch football.
But they don't want to do that for electricity, though. They don't want to do it for electricity. What about football?
They would let the world start somewhere. Start with football, then go to politics. But I think
security also security.
Yeah, security.
Yeah, man. But it's just all right.
No, you're good. What you had last words, Mr. Johnny? So that was it.
So I don't say, but I only have sad last words. So
it's always going to be sad.
In Nigeria and football.
Well, follow me. What are your last thoughts? I'll follow me. Then you can take us out.
Basically, once the football league goes autonomous, there can be private sponsorship and investment. I think, and what Mr. Johnny said too is quite in order. I just feel they should take football more seriously because he has the potential to make them generate a lot of revenue. We're just wasting the sport, and we have a lot of talent yet to be developed. Basically, those are my last thoughts.
All right, so we can head out. Mr. John, are you and Kule hanging out? I was going to see if you could do a thumbnail. If you're not able to do it tonight, we can do it tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, thumbnail. I'll do it tonight. I'll do the thumbnail.
Oh, no problem. I was thinking you guys will be. I didn't know if you brought your computer with you because him and Kule are hanging out.
I'm using my computer right here. Yeah,
but they're going to Bob Marley at the beach.
No money today.
All right.
Okay, nice one. Take us out of Falabi.
Okay, it's been another wonderful football show, Niger Football, from Mustafa, Johnny, Warif, and Kule. It's bye for now.
All right, okay. You guys enjoy qualifying tomorrow.